where tales of bravery and destiny were celebrated, there lived a young orphan girl named Esther. She was known for her beauty and kindness, and she lived with her cousin Mordecai in the city of Susa. One day, a decree was issued by the king, summoning all the maidens of the kingdom to the royal palace. The king was seeking a new queen, and Esther was among those chosen to attend the royal banquet and vie for his favor. Despite her fears and uncertainties, Esther obeyed the decree and went to the palace, her heart filled with trepidation at the thought of what lay ahead. But she found favor in the eyes of the king, and he chose her to be his queen, placing a crown upon her head and showering her with gifts and honors. Meanwhile, Mordecai, who served in the king's court, uncovered a plot to assassinate the king, and he informed Esther of the danger. Esther relayed the information to the king, and the plot was thwarted, earning Mordecai the king's gratitude and esteem. But Esther's troubles were far from over, for there was a wicked man named Haman who harbored a deep hatred for Mordecai and his people. Haman plotted to destroy Mordecai and all the Jews in the kingdom, and he convinced the king to issue a decree ordering their extermination. When Mordecai learned of Haman's wicked scheme, he urged Esther to go to the king and plead for the lives of her people. But Esther knew that to approach the king without being summoned was to risk her own life, for such an act was forbidden by law. Nevertheless, Esther summoned her courage and resolved to do what was right, saying, "If I perish, I perish." She fasted and prayed for 3 days, seeking the Creator's guidance and strength as she prepared to approach the king. On the 3rd day, Esther went before the king, her heart pounding with fear and anticipation. And to her relief and joy, the king received her graciously, extending his scepter and granting her favor. With trembling hands, Esther revealed Haman's wicked plot and pleaded for the lives of her people. And the king, moved by Esther's courage and righteousness, issued a new decree granting the Jews the right to defend themselves against their enemies. And so the Jews of the kingdom rose up against their oppressors, and they were granted victory over their enemies. Haman was brought to justice, and Mordecai was honored by the king, appointed as his chief advisor and given great authority in the kingdom. And Esther's courage and faithfulness were celebrated throughout the land, her story serving as a timeless reminder of the Creator's providence and the power of righteousness to overcome even the greatest of obstacles. And though Esther had once been an orphan girl, she had risen to become a queen, a heroine, and a symbol of hope and inspiration for all who heard her tale.